Thank you very much, members of the press. As the chairman has clearly adumbrated or lucubrated in simple terms, we had embarked on a struggle that was intended to amend Article 10 on citizenship. We had traversed all the nooks and crannies of the whole country. We were still continuing to move until the president invited us. We had a whole day's session with him, and he promised that he is going to handle the matter, and accordingly we can relax our own processes. We thought handling the matter included, among others, that Article 10 should be amended. The president instead issued an executive order or a set of instructions. They call them executive instructions. There are 12 instructions. None of the instructions include amendment of Article 10. Instead, the order, particularly, and I am going in seriatim to address you on the order as it is. Paragraph 4 of the order that was given by the president gives 3 types of citizenship that are recognized in Uganda. The first type being a citizenship by birth, the other one by registration, and the third one by naturalization. Now, the Banyarwanda with roots beyond the borders of Uganda, whose grandparents arrived in Uganda before 1926, do not follow under the current law anywhere under this provision. Under the law, Article 10, they are not citizens of Uganda by birth. They are not under Chapter 3. They are not citizens by registration because they were born in Uganda. Accordingly, you don't need to register. They never actually registered because they had national identity cards as citizens of Uganda by birth, which cards are expiring. Some are expired, others are expiring this year. Then they are not citizens of Uganda by naturalization because they were born here. In fact, they don't follow anywhere here. Under the current bad law, they are not citizens of Uganda. So therefore, this executive order does not address any of them. It doesn't address any of the problems of these people. And I will take you through why. The president believes, of course, until we change his idea, he still believes that the law is good. The law that declares these people non-citizens when they are born here. The president believes it is still a good law, and the executive order is for purposes of proof of citizenship. It is only handling evidence. Therefore, it is very succinct, first of all. When the president is writing it, he is very clear that any immigration official, of NIRA, while handling his business, must have very strict regard to the provisions on citizenship of the 1995 Constitution. Now that is where the executive order collapses immediately in as far as the problem of Banyarwanda is concerned. So, the executive order addresses concerns of only indigenous citizens located in Mpororo, Kisoro, Ntungamo, and parts of Kabale. All of Banyarwanda located elsewhere without descent from those areas cannot prove citizenship by birth. In fact, all of Banyarwanda whose grandparents arrived in Uganda after 1926, according to Article 10, whether you are born here, you are not a citizen of Uganda. And this executive order confirms that position, and it is to the extent of that kind of confirmation not useful for the case of Banyarwanda. Accordingly, the Banyarwanda, again, as the chairman has declared, have revitalized, revamped, strengthened, and we are now continuing with the request that the president accedes to the amendment of Article 10 to introduce a provision that persons born in Uganda are called Ugandans. It does not matter which ethnic community you come from. That provision is called jus soli. It is employed elsewhere. It is buttressed in the Constitution of Tanzania, Constitution of Kenya, Constitution of South Africa. It must be buttressed in the Constitution of Uganda, because that was the exact historicity of provisions on citizenship in Uganda, which was unceremoniously vacated by the 1995 Constitution. It was illegal. It owes its historical jurisprudence from the British Protected Persons Act of 1934, where Uganda is listed in the schedule as one of the countries that, for all intents and purposes, have everybody born in that country a citizen of that country. So the provision of Article 10 vacated from that arena, thereby declaring the already citizens of Uganda begin to produce non-citizens of Uganda. So that was how erroneous it was. 1995 Constitution, Article 10 must be amended in order to return the citizenship that actually belongs to the Banyarwanda, whose grandparents have roots beyond the borders of Uganda. Amongst the three types of citizenship that the president addressed in the executive order, Banyarwanda are not involved. Number one, citizenship by birth. I have told you under Article 10, they don't qualify because their grandparents arrived in Uganda before after 1926. Accordingly, they are not the subject of address by the executive order under citizenship by birth. Number two, citizenship by registration. That includes dual citizenship, applicants for citizenship that come from foreign countries. Banyarwanda are not such applicants, and accordingly this order does not serve that interest. The third limb is citizenship by naturalization. A citizen by naturalization is that kind of a person that abandons the citizenship of a country, withdraws it, and adopts a citizenship of Uganda. You renounce the earlier citizenship that you had and adopt the citizenship of Uganda. Now the Banyarwanda I am talking about that are born in Uganda are not citizens of Rwanda. No. The Constitution of the Republic of Rwanda and their laws, all the attendant laws, provide for a citizen of Rwanda as a person that satisfies either of the three limbs. Number one, you are either born in Rwanda, that is the jus soli principle, or you were born outside Rwanda, but to parents that actually reside in Rwanda. Now, the persons we are talking about were not born in Rwanda, were born outside Rwanda, but to parents that don't reside in Rwanda. Now those are the two limbs. The third limb is you were not born in Rwanda, your parents were not residing in Rwanda, but you carry a refugee identity card. Now, these Banyarwanda do not carry those cards. They are not refugees. They were born in Uganda to parents that were also actually born in Uganda. They have nothing to do with Rwanda. Now Uganda declares them non-Ugandans. Rwanda does not recognize them as Rwandans. These are stateless persons. Contrary to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. This is what we are telling the President and the government of the Republic of Uganda. Let us avert declaring over 80 million Ugandans of Kinyarwanda speaking stateless persons. The law now declares them stateless. The executive order confirms their statelessness. NIRA and Immigration act in accordance to the law that confirms them non-Ugandan. And accordingly, whether you have produced 120 executive instructions, 1 million executive instructions, if there is no provision on amendment of Article 10, it is never an answer to the problem of the Banyarwanda. We are continuing to pray to the President of the Republic of Uganda. We are actually continuing to traverse the country as we have been doing, collecting signatures from Banyarwanda. We have found there are very many clusters of these people. They are actually located in all districts of Uganda. Close to 8 million people. They are Ugandans. They don't know any other country. They don't relate to any other country. Actually, they even support the current president, except that now they are beginning to change. They are saying, since their national IDs are still working, for those whose IDs have not yet declared a nullity, because whoever declares an ID for a passport, it is sent to NIRA, and accordingly, it is deregistered. Now, they have resolved not to go abroad. They are going to stay. But they will not vote for the president of Uganda unless he addresses their ebyaffe. Now, the ebyaffe for Banyarwanda is citizenship. Yeah. It is Article 10. Ebyachu. So the ebyachu is Article 10. And the president of the Republic of Uganda is clearly advised that this is a smaller issue compared to very big issues that have attracted amendments of the Constitution. There was an issue of age limit. There was an issue on term limit. This issue of Article 10 can equally be amended using a government bill. And we implore the President of the Republic of Uganda to take this seriously so that we prepare proper entente for the country today and going forward.